People love to criticize the CRF250F for being too heavy. But here's the thing, they're missing the bigger picture. That extra weight is the reason this bike feels so planted, so confidence-inspiring on the trails. It's definitely not a featherweight, but does that actually matter when you're out riding? Today, I'm breaking down why the CRF250F's weight isn't a problem. It's actually one of its biggest strengths. But before we get into all that, I'm trying to reach 5,000 subs. It's free and it really helps me out, so hit that button below and join the Supermoto crew today. I've been making videos on the CRF250F for a while now, and because of that, I've heard the same criticisms over and over again in the comments. It's a turd, it doesn't have enough power, the suspension sucks, and the one to rule them all, it's way too heavy. I've even made a video on the things I dislike about the bike, and that made the list. And it's true, coming in at 265 pounds or 120 kilos, the CRF250F is definitely a heavy-ass bike. That can't be disputed. But here's the thing, after riding the bike for an entire season, I've realized that the weight isn't actually a problem. In fact, the CRF250F's weight is actually one of the things that makes this bike so awesome. First off, we have to remember what this bike was designed for. The CRF250F is Honda's beginner trail bike. It's air-cooled, 3/4 sized, and has a nice, tame power delivery. Unfortunately, due to its name, it often gets mistaken for Honda's pair of 250 race bikes, one being the CRF250R, which is the motocross version, and the other one being the CRF250RX, which is the cross-country version. Both of these bikes were designed specifically for competition in mind and are meant for fast-paced, powerful riding. When you're jumping a bike over a huge triple on a motocross track or trying to rocket past the competition at a GNCC, you need a lightweight and powerful bike. But, as I mentioned before, that's not what the CRF250F, the beginner trail bike, is designed for. The ideal rider on the 250F is just going to be cruising around the property from the garage to the house or going on a chill trail ride with the buddies. And when you're doing that type of riding, you want something that's going to be nice and tame with its power delivery. And also, importantly, you want something that feels very stable and planted underneath you. Of course, the heavy weight does come with a few downsides, which I'll talk about later. But for now, I just want to highlight some of the times where this stable and planted trail bike really shines. Firstly, the CRF250F is like a tractor on pretty much any terrain you throw at it. You can lug the thing up over logs and it stays planted. You can hit a whole section of like a rock garden and it'll stay planted. You can ride it up a ravine and it will stay planted. You can tractor it up a hill climb and it will stay planted. You can ride through flowy single track and it will stay planted. And you can even ride it in the snow, which I just made a video about studding the tires on the CRF and taking it out riding in the snow. And I can tell you, it stays planted. It's crazy. It just is always planted to the ground. That makes it not the best for jumping it on motocross tracks and stuff. It really is affected by gravity and it wants to pull you back to the earth. But when you're riding 99% of the other times, it's nice to have a bike that feels so freaking planted. It's just crazy. Like I've never ridden anything else that feels so like sure-footed on the ground. Everything else sometimes just feels like it's skating around, and I think that's because partly those bikes are so lightweight and they have so much power. And I'll tell you, I've ridden my CRF through all the things I just mentioned, and I very rarely get a ton of wheel spin. I can't say the same for other bikes I've ridden, race bikes and that sort of thing. Like I said, they kind of just skate around, and if you're not careful with your throttle control, they'll break loose, they'll break traction all the time. But the CRF, even if you twist it wide open, it's heavy as shit and it just stays planted. It's crazy. Like a lot of people are saying heaviness is a downside, but in this case, it's kind of a plus. It might not have a ton of power, but you can be sure that over most terrain, all of that power, like 100% of it, is getting delivered straight to the ground. So that's the one thing. The bike is obviously very planted to the ground, and I see that as a benefit. I think that's part of what makes it so fun. You can just hold the throttle wide open and rip around turns and all sorts of stuff, and the thing just handles really well. the other thing is, if you've been following my channel for a while, you know that I've really been pushing the limits of the CRF250F. So you might say like, okay, maybe because I'm an experienced rider, I can handle the extra weight because I know how to maneuver the bike and that sort of thing, right? So wouldn't that mean that a beginner rider, someone with less experience, might have a harder time with a heavier bike? They might struggle a lot. Well, no, not really. That's not the experience that I've seen. And the key here is that the CRF250F was specifically designed for a certain type of rider, that being a beginner. Yes, it's heavy, but it's also a 3/4 size bike, so that means the seat height is a lot lower to the ground as compared to full-size bikes, and this makes for a very comfortable feeling for beginner riders. I can say firsthand, my girlfriend has ridden my 250 4-stroke race bike, which is a full-size bike, and it's pretty lightweight, but it's also very tall. She's also ridden the CRF250F, which, while it's heavy, it's also very low to the ground, and she felt a ton more comfortable on the CRF250F. And I think it being heavy and planted is one of those factors. But probably what's more so a factor to that is the fact that it's specifically designed for being a beginner trail bike, so it's lower to the ground and it's much less intimidating that way. Because it's lower to the ground, the weight isn't really that big of an issue, even for beginners. And like I said, I'll talk about some of the downsides even for beginners later, but for the most part, you're not really gonna notice the weight when you're actually riding it. The other thing is there's no need to like tiptoe on one side while you're trying to kickstart the bike either. The CRF has an electric start, which is another reason why weight isn't really a problem. The reason I say that specifically is because if you've ever been stuck on the side of a hill with a heavy bike that you need to kickstart, you know that it absolutely sucks. You know, going up hill climbs and stuff, and then you don't quite make it, so then the bike falls over or whatever, you had to bail or something, then you gotta lift the bike back up on the side of the hill, and then you gotta balance it and try to kickstart it all at the same time. Dude, when you're done kickstarting the bike, you are huffing and puffing, let me tell you. But like I said, that's not a problem with the CRF because it's got electric start. And since the bike is normally being ridden pretty calmly on easy trails with not too many bumps or anything out of the ordinary, that means that the average rider won't have to be muscling the weight of the bike all over the place anyway. You know, even so, I have ridden the bike over some pretty rough terrain and put it in those situations where I did have to muscle it around. And I will say, for the most part, I really don't notice the heavier weight while I'm actually riding. It doesn't tire me out when I'm riding. In fact, it ends up just translating to a really planted, I keep saying that, how many times did I say that word in this video? Drop in the comments below. But it translates to a really planted, like 100% traction feeling. And that allows me to ride even longer than I'd be able to on other bikes, like race bikes that tire me out because of their power, like always trying to rip out of my hands. Then I really gotta like muscle those around, even though they're lighter bikes. And all that being said, there are some inevitable downsides you'll get with a heavier weight bike. Firstly, if you ever get stuck in a weird position on the side of a hill or down in a ravine or in a deep mud hole or something of that nature, you're going to really notice the weight when you're trying to lift the bike up out. This personally happened to me recently. I was riding the CRF on one of our woods loops. I was hitting the loop backwards, so I wasn't really used to the obstacles in that direction. I came up to an off-camber section that's on the side of a hillside, and I got a little off kilter. My back wheel slid down off the off-camber section, and I was trying to get the bike turned around. I ended up falling down the hill, and the bike kind of like fell towards me on top of me. And because the bike is really heavy, I was kind of like pinned under it facing down the hill, so getting it off of me and like sliding out from under it was kind of a pain. But then I had to go down the whole way to the bottom of the ravine and try to ride the bike up out. And that's a time when the heavy weight is kind of a downside. I would have much rather been on like a really light 125 2-stroke or something that has really poppy power that I could just kind of, you know, rip myself up out of that ravine with. But, you know, sometimes if you're in really loose dirt like that and you have to go up a hill, the CRF250F with its heavier weight is going to struggle. Additionally, as a beginner, if you drop the bike while you're learning, Obviously, picking it up off the ground is going to be the point where you will notice the heavier weight. That being said though, the shorter seat height does make this much less of an issue on flat ground. And lastly, if you're like me and you took the kickstand off the bike for racing, the thing absolutely sucks to lift up onto a bike stand. But here's the thing, if you're thinking about purchasing a CRF250F and its heavier weight is something that makes you concerned, I'd say it's not something you really have to worry about. For the average rider, the extra weight will just end up making the bike feel much more stable and planted in most scenarios, and that, combined with its forgiving power delivery and many other perks, make the CRF250F a great choice for beginner and experienced riders alike. If you're interested in learning more about the CRF250F, check out the playlist link below. If you'd like to help me continue making videos like this one, consider becoming a member here on YouTube. You'll get a free Supermoto sticker when you join, gain access to bonus videos, and get to see my regular videos before they go public. Become a member by hitting the join button below if you're on desktop or through the link in the description. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. That's all for now. Soup out.